What's going on, pilots? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm excited to announce our next jet build. On the table we got here is the Black Horse model Viper Mark II. It is the 120mm EDF version with the standard Union Jack livery. The owner of this jet specifically wanted this model for me to build for him. We're going to install a jet fan 120 in here, and then eventually down the road we are going to convert this jet to a turbine. So let's go ahead and get started with the unboxing of the Viper Mark II. Alright guys, so now that we got the top cover of this box off, I actually had to recruit some assistants to get the box off. It was such a pain trying to get that cover off, but as you can see, shipped from the factory, there's a lot of these foam sheets for packaging so that the jet does not get damaged. So I'm just going to keep throwing them on the ground right now because there's just a lot of foam padding in this box, which is actually a good thing because then now you don't have to worry about your jet being damaged. So, whew, look at all this. We're still unpacking more foam packaging. Alright, cool. Let's save the fuselage for last because that's always the best part of unboxing. Let me get my X-Acto knife here. So the kit comes with, oh gosh, several spars. I'm assuming this is for the wing, horizontal, and then the vertical stab. So this is an aluminum spars that is included with the kit. Set that aside. What do we have here in this bubble wrap? Set that down for a second. Actually, I'm going to need that. This looks like one of the intake ducting. This is all fiberglass. Yeah, looks like intake ducts. There's one. And then two. So there's your intake ducts. Very nice. Just going to set this on the ground for a second. Again, we're going to save this fuselage for last. But got all of these tape off to get to all the goodies in here. Let's see what's in this box. Alright, so this houses all your accessories for the build. So, looks like a bag of landing gear. So the aluminum struts are all in here. So this is probably the retract controller in this box too. This box looks like, yep. So you got your retract controller, and then your bag of landing gears with, looks like the retracts are already installed also, so you're gonna have to do the mounting and wiring of all the retracts for this jet. That's some hefty landing gear on this jet. That's pretty good for its size. What else is in here? Bag of miscellaneous such as, let's see, the exhaust cone. Let's see the quality of this. Alright, so it looks like it's fiberglass with wood formers, and it's just kind of painted gray, so it's like a matte finish to it. And then we got our bag of light housing. What else is in here? Looks like the wheel well covers. And this looks so familiar to me. Like, I've built several Phoenix model planes in the past, and they use very similar techniques with, you know, the wheel covers on the wing. What else is in here? What do we have here? Okay, so this is for the nose. So you got two for the mains, and then here's the wheel well cover for the nose. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty familiar with dealing with these on builds. I've worked with them in the past. Should be no problem with putting this jet together for the owner. Set that aside. Throw all these things there. Alright, looks like a bag for the pilot with cute little, you know, detailed joysticks here. Let's take a look at the pilot. That's not bad. That's actually pretty good. Give you guys a closer look at this pilot if you guys might be interested in seeing how it looks like. Oh, almost dropped it. So here is the pilot figure for this jet. It's actually not too bad. Like, it's pretty well detailed for this jet. And then here's the little joysticks that we're gonna glue into the cockpit tray. So this is one of the pilots. I believe there's two of them in here. If not, then no biggie. One pilot is enough. Could always add on a second pilot later if the owner chooses to. We got more miscellaneous parts. So here's a little CG jig that the kit comes with. Pretty familiar with using these CG jigs because I built a lot of Pilot RC jets, and they include CG jigs like this to make CGing your jet that much easier. So we'll mess with that towards the ending of this build. What else we got here? Let's take a look at this. Alright, so here's the intake covers made out of, looks like they're just plastic with wood formers. So here's your intake rings that's going to be glued on to the front of the jet from the intake side. And they're just painted red, matte finish to it. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so these are the winglets for the wings. They look to be fiberglass, yeah, fiberglass, and then wood formers. Again, painted red, matte finish. What else is in this box? Bag of miscellaneous hardware with the wheels. So I don't think this kit comes with brakes, but that's no biggie. We'll definitely install some brakes on this jet, just to kind of get it ready for the turbine conversion later down the road. And then we got a pretty detailed manual from what I see. They spent quite a bit of time with, you know, making sure that you understand how to put your jet together, because this is very detailed, lots of pictures. I love pictures. It makes my build that much easier when I can just look at the picture and be like, oh, okay, that part fits there, than to have to read the manual. Alright, so I think the wings are on the bottom of this box, so I'm going to set the fuselage aside for now, and we'll get to the wing, because we're going to save that fuselage for last. Ooh, they're really packaging this wing very well on the bottom of this box. Look at this. That's where the wing is at. It's in a separate box, and it's fighting me right now trying to get to it. So we're just going to destroy this box. It's going to go in the trash anyway. Okay. They're down there. I'm just going to push it down. Plenty of room in front of me. Alright, sweet. Whew. Now we got that ginormous box out of the way, we can get to the good stuff. Where did I put my exact name? Alright. It's a good thing I got so many of these. Awesome. So here in this box we got the wings, horizontal and vertical stab. Let's take a closer look at this thing. Alright, beginning with the vertical stab. Alright, we're just going to cut this bag open. Trying to be very careful because I don't want to cut into the monocoat, so. There we go. Alright, so here is the vertical stab. So it's already, there's a pin hinge installed, but you're going to have to glue this pin hinge yourself. So not bad. It actually looks pretty good and it's pretty lined up. It's not crooked or anything, so they did a good job with pre-drilling these holes for the factory, from the factory. So it's got a nice matte finish to it. Looks like they painted over the monocoat. The finish looks pretty well done on the stab. Looks like possibly the ventral fins that goes in the bottom of the fuselage towards the tail. Tell you what, there is a lot of parts to this build. Trying to be very careful not to cut into that monocoat. Ventral fins looks pretty well covered, and it looks like it's also painted on. It's got a nice matte finish to it. Okay, sweet. Set these aside. Let's get to the horizontal stabs real quick before we get to the wing. So for those of you that are not aware, this jet is a fiberglass fuselage, I believe, and monocoat, balsa, built up balsa wing and stab. So far, it looks pretty good. Now the bag's fighting me. Okay. We will rip this bag from this end then. There we go. Alright, so here is one of the horizontal stab. The fit looks pretty good, and the finish looks great actually. Pin hinges are, somewhat installed in there, but you still have to glue them in place. There's 4 of them on each stab, but the horizontal stab looks pretty good. Let's check the other one, make sure there's no damage on it from shipping, and then we'll get to the wing. Finish looks great. And the fitment, alignment looks great too. I won't be rotated. It looks like the pin hinge rotated. There we go. Now we can actually move the control surface. Sweet. But that looks good. That looks pretty good so far. Alright, now off to the left wing. Alrighty, here is one of the wings. We almost got it out of the bag. Here we go. Sweet. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Flaps is already hinged or pre-drilled. Same thing with the ailerons. Then we got our pretty much our cutout here, channel here for the lights, and the owner wants me to install navigation lights as well, so we're gonna install some unit lights on this jet. It's gonna be nice and bright. But so far the fit and finish looks pretty good on this jet. I'm actually very impressed. It looks nice. Alright, let's get the other wing out just to make sure that there's no damages in shipping. This side. Nice. Go to the other wing. There we go. Perfect. Here is the right wing of the Viper. Sweet. Looks great. I don't see any damages. So it was a plus. Yeah. Everything looks good on this side too. Pretty good job. Just a pretty nice looking wing. Look at that, guys. Here's the bottom. So we're gonna have to cut out where the wheel well is gonna be for the retracts, and then put the wheel cover over that, and that'll complete the landing gear setup for this plane. So let me just go ahead and set this wing on the ground or on the table really quick and make room for the fuselage, because that's the best part of unboxing, is being able to see the fuselage. All right.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
We're almost there, guys. Be patient with me. I'm trying to get there. We are almost done. So it's okay. I think we got that cut off. Sweet. Woo, look at that cockpit tray. That is actually very detailed. Oh man, I'm gonna bring it a little closer to you guys so you guys can see how detailed that instrument panel is. It's actually pretty nice. Here is the canopy of the Viper. Let's It's just plastic. Here is our cockpit tray. Oh man, this is pretty detailed. Alright, I'm gonna bring this a little closer. You guys gotta see this up close because the instrument panel looks pretty detailed. Alright, so instrument panel on this cockpit tray looks awesome. That is very nice. It's not just, you know, stickered on instrument panel. It actually has little gauges, and there is some details into this cockpit tray that I have not seen models of this size. And for an EDF, this is actually very good. I'm actually liking that cockpit tray. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of that fuselage. Alright, so fuselage here. So the construction of this jet is, you know, built up balsa and ply, and it's monocoated, but it's a very light frame. And that monocoat and built up balsa does save a lot of weight, but this weighs probably like 2 pounds, if that. But structure and the ribs on this jet looks pretty beefy and should be able to handle the amount of thrust that we're going to be putting on this jet. So on the website, I believe this jet comes out to about 20 pounds once you're fully loaded, and the jet fan setup that I'm going to put in this EDF is going to be about 19.5 pounds of thrust. So we're pretty close to a 1-to-1 power to weight ratio. Hopefully, when everything is installed, we'll run a watt meter on this jet to make sure that we have the ample amount of thrust that we're going to need for the build. But so far, the fit, finish, quality of this jet is pretty impressive. I'm really digging the cockpit tray one, and then the overall just construction of it. You know, it's very light frame, and man, I just cannot get over the cockpit tray on this thing. And then once we get this thing all final set up, I can't wait to see how it's gonna look. But you know, we're gonna have our pilot set up here, get him nicely situated, buckled in, and then here's our hatch. It kind of just like a quick mock-up. Look at that. That looks pretty good. All right. Well, that is the unboxing of the Black Horse Model Mark II. Pretty impressed with so far with the quality of this jet, and I cannot wait to get started on this build. So stick around for the build series on this jet, and I'll see you guys on the next video.